Hey, it's Christian Martin. I want to welcome you to the funnels module. This is where things are going to get fun. We're actually going to start to set up funnels for clients, get our marketing out there, start practicing our craft, getting results, and building the foundations of our entire business for growth. Because what are we looking for? We're looking for one niche where we can get one funnel working, and then we're just going to take that first client we get really good results for, and we're just going to clone that client over and over again because we know we have a working funnel. So this is your first time setting up a funnel. Your first funnel is probably not going to be very good, but even the pros have to optimize their funnels to get them to be great. So don't worry about it. I just want you to get in here and start practicing. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about understanding everything the first time through. Just give yourself permission to be a beginner, and then really quickly you're going to get a lot better, and we're going to figure out that perfect funnel you need to grow your business. So if you forgot, the definition of a funnel is just a series of steps you need to take someone through to go from a stranger to a paying customer. And in this program, we focus on simple local lead gen funnels. And there's a reason for that. So what does this funnel look like? Well, it's typically a Facebook ad to an opt-in form. We call that a landing page, a squeeze page, whatever else you want to call it. That goes to a thank you page. And then we usually have a phone call, or they can go in for a free consultation or something like that. And the clients that we focus on in this program typically close their clients in person, which means you generate the lead for them online, and the lead goes in, sees them in person, and they produce a sale. Now, we also have some basic email follow-up. So this is pretty much the entire funnel for the niches that we focus on in this program. So let me show you an example of what this funnel looks like in real life. Let's say you go out there and you get a divorce attorney as a client. Your next step is going to be to set up a funnel for that client, right? So we're going to have a Facebook ad. We have a Facebook ad over here on the left, and you're going to learn how to write those in the Facebook module. So don't worry, you don't need to know how to write those yet. That's going to go to our landing page or our funnel. And that's just going to be a simple opt-in where we trade them something for their email address. And the next step is going to be the thank you page where we incentivize them to take the next steps with us. So pretty simple, right? That's 3 steps. Then we're going to have some simple email follow-up. And that's pretty much the whole funnel. So what are all the steps in that? We have the Facebook ad, the landing page or squeeze page, the thank you page. We direct them to take the next steps. We have a couple follow-up emails, and then there's that in-person or on the phone meeting to close the sale. Remember, your client is taking care of that meeting, not you. So number 6, you're not even involved in. So again, there's that funnel. Facebook ad, opt-in, thank you, phone call or meeting, and a purchase. This is taken care of by your client. Everything else you set up once, and then your job is just to run those Facebook ads every month, make sure that funnel is performing, okay? So we need to show you how to create the 2-step funnel, the landing page and the thank you page, the Facebook ads, and the follow-up emails. Now, some of you might be wondering, why do we even need a funnel? Can't we save money and send the ads straight to the client's website if they already have one? And the short answer is we use funnels because they help increase your conversion rates. Now, you're going to learn a lot more about conversion rates in the Facebook module, but your conversion rate is the number of leads you generate divided by the number of visitors to your landing page. So let's say you run an ad and 100 people click on that ad and visit your client's website, and 20 of those people give you their email address. So you get 20 new leads from 100 clicks. That's 20 out of 100 people opted in. That's a 20% conversion rate. So that's all a conversion rate is how many visitors did we get and how many of those visitors actually turn into leads. And remember, it's a lead when they trade their contact information. So landing pages are focused on a specific objective or bait that matches the ad that your visitors clicked through. And that's why we use them over the website. So for example, if an ad says get a 20% off coupon today, and I click on that ad and the website says welcome to Bob's Chiropractic, and there's navigation links everywhere, there's all these options, I'm going to get really confused. And I'm probably just going to leave the page and not give you my email address. So if you set up that funnel for your client and I'm leaving because I'm confused, you're not doing your job, right? And your conversion rate on something like this could be 5% or less. It could be 1%, it could be 0. So this is what we call ad sent. Ad sent just refers to how well the landing page matches the advertisement. So let me show you bad ad scent. Here's an ad I found on Facebook, and the ad says, claim your free electric toothbrush, and then there's a link to click. So I clicked on this link to get my free electric toothbrush, and I land on the website, and it says the ultimate dental care deal. Find a dentist and get a free Google Home Mini. So there's absolutely nothing about a free electric toothbrush on this landing page. So if I was in this for the toothbrush, do you think I'm going to stick around? No, I'm just going to leave that page immediately. So that's bad ad scent because they don't match. Now let's look at good ad scent. If an ad says get a 20% off coupon today and the website or funnel says enter your email to get your 20% off coupon, there's no other options on the page, you're going to convert really high on that because the people that clicked that ad are going to get exactly what you promised them. So you're going to keep your promises to your visitors. And the conversion rate on something like this could be 20 to 30% or higher. So out of every 10 people that visit the landing page, you're going to have 2 to 3 of those actually turn into email leads. That's a normal conversion rate. You can get higher than that for sure. So let me show you an example of good ad scent. Here's an ad over here. It says $89 for 3 sessions to Hair-Free Living. So it's for hair removal service. And then on the landing page, it says for a limited time, we're offering 3 laser hair removal sessions for $89. So it's the exact same offer as the ad. It's just a little longer. We say for limited time, but I'm getting exactly what I was promised. There's a typo over here. Don't worry about the $99. So do you see how good ad scent versus bad ad scent works? Bad ad scent, we're not giving them what we promised them. Good ad scent, we're giving them exactly what we promised them. So when you use a landing page rather than just sending the traffic to your client's website, you're getting a much better result. You're going to get a lot higher conversion rate, okay? And sending traffic to a homepage is like the most common amateur move. Like if you see an ad campaign where they're doing that, that's just a telltale sign that it's an amateur. So when we use these terms, funnel, landing page, squeeze page, these are all basically the same thing. They just refer to sending somebody into a page where they really only have one option. We're funneling them to do exactly what we want them to do. Okay, so funnel, landing page is just the first page of a funnel. It's the page they land on. And a squeeze page just refers to a landing page that's super simple where there's only one option on that page. So if you're just grabbing an email address, you're most likely using a squeeze page. And then when I talk about traffic, we're just talking about visitors to that page. So let's talk about what we need to communicate in a funnel. How do we do our job well and get across everything we need to get across in order to get a sale for our client? Well, we pretty much follow the age-old classic adage of who, what, how, when, why. Who are we trying to attract? What are we offering them? When is the offer good for? Why are we offering it? And how can they take advantage of it? So we got to make sure we answer all of these questions when we write an advertisement. Otherwise, we might leave our visitor confused. So step 1, we want to figure out who. The ideal client avatar. Now this should look familiar because you did this for your own business in Module 2. So we're going to repeat the customer avatar research process from Module 2 to uncover the pains, desires, problems, frustrations, and hopes and dreams of those that you would like to attract with this campaign, okay? So if we take our previous example and we're working with a divorce attorney client, we're going to use the avatar that would be their perfect client. So it's most likely somebody who's getting divorced. That's the person we would be researching. Again, if we have a chiropractic client, we would be researching the patients that generally come into that chiropractor. If we have a dentist client, we will be researching those patients. If we have a personal trainer client, what does their ideal client look like? Is it a middle-aged mother, or is it a young 20-something male, or is it somebody who's on the brink of retirement and wants to get back in the best shape of their life? We got to figure out who exactly do they want to attract and then use that same avatar research process. Now, once we do that, we're going to do what is called funnel hacking. So this term was made popular by none other than Russell Brunson, who you can see right there. He completely transformed the industry with this phrase, but what it really means is reverse engineering. It's nothing new. He just coined the phrase and popularized it because he's amazing at making complex things sound simple. So it's reverse engineering. This is something that has always been around. Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. Go figure out what someone who is successful did and model it. Improve it, but learn their steps. They have knowledge. So the point of funnel hacking is that there are people out there who have already done what you're setting out to do, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can go see what they're doing. You can go benefit from their trial and error and start 10 steps ahead of where they started, okay? So if you got a new client, what are we going to do? Identify their ideal customer avatar. Again, you learned how to do this in Module 2. Now you're going to do it for your client. You want to interview your client on the phone using the Customer Avatar Doc. You want to make sure you record this phone call so you can refer back to it later when you're creating their funnel. So we're going to figure out the who, and we're going to figure out what urgent, specific, and pressing problem they have and what their desired solution is. So let me show you the right way to do this. Here is a specific customer avatar, men age 18 to 22. They don't want to go to college, but they want to learn a skill and make money. And the solution might be learn to code in 16 weeks at our coding school. So if I had a coding school as a client, this might be my avatar. Let's look at a bad avatar. People who want to get in shape, they're not in shape. The solution is a personal trainer. So if I get a personal trainer and I was trying to figure out the avatar and this is what I came up with, that would be a bad avatar because it's not specific, it doesn't address their problem, and it has no specific solution. Let's look at a good avatar for the same client, a personal trainer. Mothers aged 40 to 45, they can't get rid of the baby weight and they don't have a babysitter to go to the gym. So they don't have time, but they'd really like to get in pre-baby shape. So the solution might be in-home personal training sessions to get in pre-baby shape. Do you see we have a specific problem there? We have a specific solution for a specific group of people, okay? Specific people, specific painful problems, specific solutions to their pain. And the more specific, the better, okay? You can always expand later. In the beginning with a new marketing campaign or a new offer, just like you've learned, you always want to go as narrow as possible. So once you figured that out, once you figure out the who, we're going to funnel hack and see what kind of solutions these avatars go for. So the sources for funnel hacking are going to be the same sources you use in Module 2 to hack your own offer. So we have the AdEspresso ad database. We have Facebook's new transparency feature. You can go to any Facebook page and see what ads that are running. You can use similarweb.com, Google, YouTube. The first place that I start with a new campaign, if it's a brand new client, is I just go to Google and I just type in funnels for and my client. So if I just brought on a personal trainer, I'm just going to go to Google. I'm going to type in funnels for personal trainers. I'm going to see what's out there. There's going to be some blog posts explaining some funnels. I'm going to read all of that. I'm going to make a list. Then I'm going to go over to Facebook. I'm going to find some personal trainer pages. I'm going to see what ads they're running. Check out the AdEspresso ad database. And that's going to give me a really good idea of what funnels are already working. And you want to save these funnels in what's called a swipe file. That's just a file you have that has examples of funnels that you can come back to and reference. Now, there's a worksheet below this video that you can go through this process and write those URLs down. So when you Google, there's always, almost always somebody giving away a share funnel for your niche if you look hard enough. Now, this is a good starting point. It doesn't mean it's the final funnel to use, but you can use this to figure out what's their offer and what's their funnel architecture. So you should go find 5 competitor funnels right now. Write down their offers and the URLs of their funnels in the worksheet below this video. You want to screenshot their ads, screenshot their funnels, save it all to a folder on your computer, and you can even opt into their funnels so that you can go see the thank you page. You can see what comes after that. Now, if you're wondering what kind of funnels you're looking at right now, if your client is a chiropractor, you're looking at other chiropractor funnels. So these could be an offer for a free adjustment, things like that. If your client is a personal trainer, these are other personal trainer funnels. So this could be an offer for an 8-week boot camp or a personal training session. And again, if you have a solar company as a client, these are other solar company funnels, okay? Now we're going to combine this research with your customer avatar doc to come up with your irresistible offer and the funnel architecture. So the avatar doc is really going to tell you the who, what, and why, and these funnels are going to tell you when and how you offer that, okay? So let's just revisit this funnel real quick. Most of the time your funnel is going to look like this. Now your offer is going to be in the ad and in the opt-in form. Your offer is going to be similar to what your competitors are offering, but unique to your specific client based on your customer avatar doc. So you're going to go out there, you're going to find the examples of your competitors' offers, and you're just going to tweak those offers to match your avatar. Now the wrong way to do this is to copy your competitor word for word. So you just plagiarize your competitors' ads and funnels. That's the wrong way. You're going to get in trouble for that. The right way is to meet the same needs of your market, but in your own words. So you can take a similar offer. If your competitor is offering a free adjustment for a chiropractor client, you can also offer a free adjustment, okay? So take a look at those competitor funnels and examples for inspiration. Take a look at the share funnels in this program. And then you're going to go through the Facebook module and learn how to write your actual ads. So the first thing you want to do for your funnel is write your copy. Again, you'll learn that in the next module. And then you'll create the funnel to match the copy so that we have AdSent. Now, what do we want to make sure we include in our offer? Now that we've done all our research, we know who we're serving, what we're going to offer them. We want to offer them the sexiest, most desirable, easiest to say yes to offer that you can think of. So I just have to remind you, people don't like to get asked to get married on the first date. So if you do your research and you're working with a solar company, for example, and what they offer is solar roof installation for $25,000. You don't want to run an ad that says buy a $25,000 roof installation right now, okay? That's too much. We're going to offer something that's much easier to say yes to. So you want to figure out what offer already converts well for your client. How are they currently bringing in new customers? Usually they have a first-time customer offer that's already working to some extent. So this solar company, they might be already advertising on Google AdWords, giving away a free guide, and they're just not running Facebook ads right now. So you could take that same offer and bring it over to Facebook. Or let's say that your chiropractor client already gives out referral cards to their existing clients for a free consultation. So you already know that free consultation offer is converting. Now we just have to bring that offer to Facebook. So don't reinvent the wheel here. If it's something that's already working, use it. So for local businesses, these are often things like free consultations, free trials, free sessions, discounted packages, one-time, first-time customer offers, etc. So free x-rays with teeth whitening, 3 laser hair removal treatments for $99, free 20-minute massage with the chiropractic adjustment, a free offer on your home. These easy to say yes to offers are called front-end offers, and it's the first step in your value ladder, which we've gone over before. Remember, we want to bring people in on the front, and then your client is going to continuously upsell them by providing more and more value to them. So remember, the goal of this front-end offer on Facebook is not to make a lot of money. It is to bring in a lot of customers. The second offer, which is called the back-end offer, is where the money is actually made. So let's look at the difference between these two. The front-end offer could be something like a free home offer, x-rays and cleaning, a free webinar, a chiropractic adjustment, a free month at a gym, auto loan calculator, free mortgage quote. Now, if you look at these offers, they're not money-making offers. So let's say we offer a free chiropractic adjustment. Your chiropractor is going to be losing money on that, right? But the goal of the front end is not to make money. The goal of the back end is. So he's going to sell a certain amount of those people into his 3-month wellness package. Let's say that costs $4,000. And so he's going to lose money on, let's say, 7 out of 10 just get a free chiro adjustment. So he's losing money on all those, right? But let's say 3 out of 10 buy this back-end offer, and that's $4,000 a piece. That's going to be a $12,000 gross revenue just for doing 10 free chiro adjustments. Do you see how that works? So we're willing to take a little hit on the front end. Again, a free month at a gym, we might be losing money on that. Let's say half of those free months turn into 2-year memberships. So our ongoing membership is where we really make that money. So it's okay to lose money on the front end, as long as you know how to convert it on the back end. And you want to learn how to communicate this to your clients. You want to learn to communicate. You need to upsell these customers into what they actually need to get results from you. Because a one-time visit with any business is not going to provide too much value, right? So communicate to your clients. This is about bringing in leads and growing your customer base, and the money is going to be made. The profit will be made on the back end. So again, let's look at the difference between these two. Free consultation, free teeth whitening, free quote, $1,000 off. Notice how these are all free or really good deals or coupons. And the wrong way is like going straight for a sale. So you can buy Invisalign right now, buy it for $3,500 on this webpage. That's not going to work very well, right? Or like an ad that goes straight to a $1,000 product. So for this training program you're in right now, if my initial ad took you to the sales page and said, hey, buy this product right now, instead of taking you to a free webinar training, probably none of you would be in this program. So you got to provide value up front and create what's called a slippery slope. So a slippery slope is where you get them to take one action and then it's easier and easier to take the next actions. So I don't know what's up with this comic, but this pigeon says, what are other words for slippery slope? And the other pigeon says domino effect, garden path, life of ease, path of least resistance, ripple effect, causal sequence. So the natural next step, if you provide value to people, is for them to keep buying from you. So you're going to create a really irresistible, easy to say yes to offer before asking for that big purchase. So again, just to remind you, I like repetition, market, problem, solution. Women aged 24 to 50 who can't lose weight, but they want to and they've tried everything. You might offer them an acupuncture rebalancing weight loss program free session. That's going to be your front end offer, is that free session for the acupuncture rebalancing weight loss program. And then the back end offer might be a 3-month bonus package for $3,000. So that's the whole program you would take someone through if they wanted to get their ideal outcome, which would be to lose a certain amount of weight in this particular offer. Now I have to point out that the bait has to match the catch. Okay, this is bait right here. If we're offering a free session, that is bait to pull in these customers. Okay. Now Dale Carnegie said, personally, I'm very fond of strawberries and cream, but I found that for some strange reason, fish prefer worms. So when I went fishing, I didn't think about what I wanted. I thought about what they wanted. I didn't bait the hook with strawberries and cream. Rather, I dangled a worm or grasshopper in front of the fish and said, wouldn't you like to have that? Why not use the same common sense when fishing for people? That's essentially what we're doing, is we're fishing for people and trying to give them what they want. So it doesn't matter what you would want in this certain scenario. It doesn't matter what your client thinks their customers should want, because sometimes your client will think, well, my customers should want this. All that matters is what your lead actually wants, okay? And that's what's so cool about digital marketing, is that the data will tell us what works. The market will tell us what works. And like when we launch Facebook ads, we get the results back and we say, oh, I thought this thing would work, but it didn't really work. And I thought this thing wouldn't really work, but it actually works really well. So we're going to find out the truth about what the customers want and what works. So let me give you an example of this. I'm usually trying to gain weight at the gym. I have a really hard time keeping weight on, and I put in a lot of work, and sometimes it doesn't work very well. So if I see an ad or an offer talks about weight loss at the gym, I tune it out immediately. I don't give it a second look, because I'll never become a customer of that program, because that's not what I'm after. Now, if somebody talks about adding 20 pounds of muscle in 2 months, then my ears perk up, right? Then I'm interested. So if they, for some reason, wanted to attract people like me, they wouldn't want to talk about weight loss. They'd want to talk about putting on muscle. Let me give you another example of this. Some of you in this program are on the newer side of digital marketing. Some of you are brand new. If I place an ad for my webinar advertising how to go from $20,000 a month to $50,000 a month, you're probably not going to respond, because that doesn't speak to your current situation, right? If you're new, your issue is getting your first couple of clients. So if I talk in the ad about getting your first couple of clients, even if you have no experience, you're going to be a lot more interested. That's a proper bait for somebody who's new and needs training to get their first couple of clients. So we always want to be thinking about our market message match. We want to match our message to the market we're going after. Understand what your ideal customer wants and give it to them. It's really simple. It's very simple. I think if marketing came down to any one sentence, it would be this: understand your market, understand what problems they have and what solutions they need and want, and then give it to them. It's really not too difficult. Now you might be asking, what if my client has more than one avatar? What if they're trying to attract two completely different kinds of people, right? Like, for example, a personal trainer could work with a 20-year-old who's never stepped foot in the gym, or they could work with a 55-year-old who has been training their entire life, right? They hypothetically could have both of those clients. You want to figure out which one of those clients is their favorite, which one is their ideal client, and then target that client. If they have more than one avatar that they like to work with, pick the most important one first, okay? You can always go after the other ones later. Just pick one that already does well with that client and go after that. So let me give you an example. If your client has 3/4 of their business come from single female professionals aged 25 to 32 who are also into acupuncture, and 1/4 of their business comes from retired couples, your first campaign should target the single female professionals. And by that I mean the copy should speak to them, the ad angle should speak to them. Oftentimes the actual targeting we use, which you'll learn about in the Facebook's module, will be more or less the same with different ad angles, as both of these groups usually have similar interests, okay? Not always, but they usually do. So usually it's the words that we actually use. The copy is the words we use in the ad. Usually that's what's going to make the biggest difference in who you're attracting if you've already figured out those audiences. Now, once you get your first campaign working, you can add a second angle or avatar, but don't even think about this until you get the first one working, okay? You don't need to worry about that if you're brand new and you haven't launched a campaign yet. So always one at a time, and it's more important to get the primary avatar working, as that will often be enough to attract the second avatar anyways. So going through this presentation, you can kind of see that there's a lot that goes into this, right? Especially the very first time that we do it. So how do we make this easier? Well, you want to become the expert in your market. This is what I see some agencies do. They go out there and they'll take on any clients that will speak to them. And what happens? They're scattered, they're all over the place, they don't have any proven process, and they're doing this research process over and over and over again. If you niche down and you specialize, like I teach you in this program, you really only have to go through this process once. You do a really big deep dive on it, you get one campaign working, and then you just kind of stay up to date on it, but you don't have to start over with each and every client. So if it seems like a lot of work the first time, don't worry, because you don't have to do it every time if you work with a niche. So how do you become the number one expert in your market? How do you just live and breathe this stuff so that you're not diving into a big project every time you bring on a client? Here's what I like to do. Set up a Google alert so you can glance at the market news every day. So I just get an email in my inbox, and it just has a summary of the news articles from the previous day in my niche. And that way I can just glance over that, and I always know what's going on in the market. Read the top 10 blog posts about marketing in your niche. So if your niche is chiropractors, just go read top 10 blogs about marketing for chiropractors, and you're going to learn a ton. Just a ton if you spend just 2 hours reading those top 10 blog posts, okay? You're going to funnel hack all of your top competitors. Again, you're going to do this the first time you get a client in this niche, and then very next client you bring on, you already have your swipe file built. You already have all your competitors sitting right in front of you. You already have a working funnel. You already have the avatar doc in front of you, and all you got to do is launch the funnel the second time. That's so much easier, right? The number one thing you can do, work with your niche to become an expert in your market. Hands-on working with that market is the best way to learn about it and figure out what works. Do everything you can to get great results for your clients. Number 6, constant and never-ending improvement. So always strive to be better and believe you can be the best out of all the competition. And I'll tell you right now, if you focus on a niche and you're not all over the place, you're not spreading yourself thin, you're working with one avatar, you really can be the best, okay? That is how you level up in business when you're at the beginning stages, is you get really clear on what avatar you're working with and you only work with that avatar. All right, so we've got a worksheet below this video. It's going to walk you through this whole process. It has fill in the blanks so that you can fill out your competitor info, write down their offers, and then create your offer for your funnel. Again, you don't have to have a final version of it because you're going to learn how to actually present this offer in the Facebook's module where I show you how to write copy. So just go through, do the research, and then move on to the next step. If you have questions about this, go ahead and post them in the Facebook group, and I'll see you in the next video.